going on, guys? My doctor's son here and we record. Guys, this is my doctor's son. Today we're taking a picture of this new bad boy, 2000. And yeah, that will be it, guys. Like, comment, and
What's going on, guys? Mac Dr. Bill, welcome to the channel. Alright, boys, so today we're working on my old motor K24 EG hatch. In the past video we were installing the wiring harness. I got a little farther off camera. Everything is situated. I have to do just few wiring, like I'm waiting for my TPS sensor, I'm waiting for my IAC sensor, and for the map sensor pretty much to hook up all three sensors right here. These are for my injectors. I gotta get a jump harness straight up instead of cut the wires, so get them spliced. I just gonna get a smaller jump upper wiring harness. This for here to here, plug and play. We got everything situated. We're supposed to get plugged for everything. The alternator, pretty much everything else in the back, BTEC solenoid. Yeah, everything is pretty much ready. Mild things. Got my fuel pressure regulator set up for the fuel rail. I still got fuel lines that I have to set up. I've been holding back due to certain things we're doing here in case I gotta change and reroute it. Today, however, we're installing a radiator on the K24 hatch. It's an aluminum joint. I've been having this for a minute. I do have the radiator. Simple. This is meant to be for the passenger side, because the rat support location on the brackets is on the passenger side. We have to remove those, put it on this one. This one is a new radiator support. I have to remove the front bumper off camera. It bolts on. Take a few bolts. Simply we're gonna attempt to move the brackets to this side, because this is where the radiator is gonna be going about, just about. And we got just enough clearance to work over here, which I have to get like a turn down hose to go down here and connect. And then we got the intake that comes out to the side, but we cross that bridge when we get there. This is looking dope. I'm trying to get the Wolverine hatch finished. I literally have all the parts for the longest time. I've been installing. I got things to do. Yeah, I want to start rock and rolling, getting back into that mode, picking up where I left at, get the spirit going. They got me pumped. No more talking. So let's get to working. Let's get it. All right, so I got somewhat a better lighting for now, just to show you guys what we're talking about. So you guys see these brackets over here at the bottom. Let me see if we could get focused. All right, better lighting. So these brackets over here, you see how they lower than this? Like I trying to attempt to use this, I just seen that was sitting there, but it's about 2 inches high up, which means it's gonna give me a problem for clearance. Over here, I thought about notching this side because it wasn't fitting, but the correct way is to move them brackets from there, remove them brackets from there, and then we're relocating this bracket to this side. I might be able just to move this one, keep this one, so I'm gonna remove this two first, and this one, and see if maybe we could get it somewhat center over here or close to it. And yeah, it's gonna be simple. So first step, I gotta remove my front bumper. The first step, I told ya my radiator support is bolt on. I did it like that, quick release. In case I gotta work on the track or whatever, just take it off, boom, I could take out the engine faster. So simple. I'm gonna take out the bumper, take out the wrap support, and from there we see where we at. Let's get it. All right, boys, so the core support is finally off. It's that simple. Everything bolts on. Got my stabilizer bar, my traction bar actually hooked on. So in the future, I'm doing a weight plate that's gonna be welded to this, and maybe we could see if we could mount a mounting bracket for the radiator. For the time being, this is perfect. This is great. Like I said, minor little things that we're working on. Wiring harness fully on place. Few sensors here and there that I have to put on. Still got my plug for my starter, which I gotta get a starter. Could have swear I bought a starter months ago, but can't find it, so we just simply get another one. No big deal. I do have brand new axles, RSX Type S axles for it. I'm missing the hat shaft, so I gotta order that. Is brake lines and fuel lines, and this build should be pretty much done. And we have to move on to the wiring, make sure everything is plugged correctly. If I'm missing any wires, I do got a whole complete EG wiring harness from the EG trailer from when we took it apart. I gotta make sure to go through a lot of wiring because I got a lot of deletes on this car, from lines to AC lines to lights, horns, a lot of things. So whatever's not needed is coming out. And plus, I'm not gonna have ignition key like most people. I'm gonna have the push button start switch panel, race mode track style. So yeah. All right, boys, so without further ado, I'm gonna take these lights out of here and I'm gonna proceed to start working on this, how we're gonna remove them. Hopefully get this bracket welded tacked on this side so we could put it back. I do got a little flat back so I could touch it afterwards. I'm thinking about trim this a little bit, just a little bit, so it's kind of flush like this side. I don't want to have the radiator bit hitting here, so just like a tiny bit we have to trim, you know, we give it that OEM style. But before I do that, we'll start working on that. We'll see where we at. Let's get it. All right, the headlights are off. To show you, this is a brand new radiator core support, and just sitting here without moving the car. Got like little patina here already in the paint. Unbelievable. Something that hasn't moved. But just to show you the material compares to the OEM. We just surface. I could scuff it off, prime it. Again, we have to grind this down a little bit, just the top, to make it straight. I might do same over here in these ears. Keep it straight so everything is flush when we start with the ears. But yeah, I guess they started for a minute. I've been pumped to do it, just installing it, waiting quite a bit to install this radiator, do this installment. This is what requires me to do. I have to remove my radiator support in my case. If you guys, your radiator support is not removed with welded factory, then you would have to move the engine bay or trying to lift up the car from the bottom and remove them brackets. But being that my radiator support is removable, this is way to go. But yeah, easy does it, boys. I'm gonna get the tools to get this job requires. Get it done, and yeah, simply push through. Wolverine is back on his stage again of hibernation. Hopefully we could get it done this winter, so for the summer we could have some fun. Definitely. All right, boys, no chatting, and let's get to it. Let's get it. All right, boys, this is what's required to remove those spot welds. I guess it's a spot removal welder. You know, once it goes into the spot, it grinds down enough where you need and boop, removes it. So I'm gonna proceed to go downstairs where we're gonna do this act quickly. Got a little better lighting. So So simply gonna go get my drill and start this removal and see how things is looking like. So let's get it. Alright, one thing that I did to pre-do the holes, I use a 1/8, slightly, not all the way deep. That way by the time I put the spot welder remover bit, it doesn't really burn down the bit too much. Alright boys, remove bracket number 1. We're gonna use it on that side. This is not too bad, nothing that I have to worry about it. A little spray paint, it will do. I'm gonna simply test it on the other side, remove the other 2 brackets, and we see how we're looking like. Alright, so this is the final product once you remove the welding spots, you know, like you're not supposed to go all the way through. This side is sort of dead, but the metal's still there, which I don't have to fling or anything. So simply clean up, spray paint it flat black, like nothing ever happened. So I'm gonna attempt to use this bracket with this one. But first I'm gonna remove these brackets from over here, this one and this one, they're in the way, so that we can proceed to see where this one goes at. Tag it, and we should be all right. And for what I'm seeing, we should be okay. It's about the same space as the other side. So yeah, I'm gonna remove these 2 real quick. Simply remove these brackets with you guys over here in a little time lapse, so we can speed up process. We're gonna notch this in the front, prime the spots, weld it, and hopefully we could do this installation. Let's get it. Alright boys, I just seen all 3 of the brackets I removed. These are the ones that were here. And just take a good close. You don't really drill through it, you just go halfway. That hole, don't mind it. That hole was right next to the one that I did. If you guys see, it's a factory hole. But when you do it slowly and all the way through, you see how it leaves it there. Most people will grind it off. A lot of people go through and these will leave holes. I didn't want to have the holes again. This is a hole from factory. Those 3 holes from the location, these 2 remain there. So this is filled. Simply gonna clean it off a little bit with a semi-wet rack. When we're done, we're gonna prime those spots. Once that we have all these situated, notch the front, and we should be good money with this. But get yourself one of these welding spot removers, and it does wonders. Just go slowly, judge it by your hearing, the noise that it does. Like if it sounded already cut like a weird noise, don't go all the way through, stop, and you get good results. So we got 1, 2, 3. This one, no need to remove it because simply we're gonna use the other one. So here, this is the one that came from this side. Now we're gonna relocate it to this side, someplace right around here. Pause. Just around there. We'll measure where does it need to be. Spot tag it. And bada bing, bada boom. This should be done. Which I could quickly check it up with the radiator, do my markings, see what we're gonna spot weld it real quick, and boom. Just that simple, boys. So I'm gonna check it out. Where I gotta line it up, I'm simply gonna put in this side, estimate where it looks best location, mark it so I can weld it. We'll trim the top, prime it, clean it, prime it, and then we could proceed to install this. Let's get it. Alright, so what I have it here, I just simply gonna put this here to elevate it. Pause. Got my radiator out here. With the pivot points that goes to the brackets. So simply you're gonna test fit it. Just where about I'm gonna need it. Pause. Once I have it marked, right in the spot where it needs it, perfect. Just about. Yeah. Right about there, real good, boys. So, I'm just gonna mark it over here. So I know exactly where I need to weld it. Alright, check it out, boys. Kinda looking at the final product. Kinda. The bracket has been relocated. Temporarily placed it with 2 rivets until I'm able to test things off camera. Make sure it goes where it's supposed to be. Right now it's in the spot where it needs to be. As you see, it's been removed from over here. So simply I mark over here a little slot place so that this could come back a little more flush. It's about 1/2 inch close more that will come back even and give me a little more space over here, right with the map sensor go over here, so that way we could run down the hose, the intake, and have no problem. But so far so good. Again, that's marked up there. I gotta take out the front radiator support, trim it here, as y'all can tell you over here, clean it up, prime it, tag it in the other side, and that should be done. We're gonna remove the radiator so you guys see the brackets. That's where the location is gonna be. I end up moving the traction bar 1 hole down in order to have clearance on the brackets because it was hidden up. So that's good. Good money. Now that it fitted everything, I'm simply gonna take it out again, trim this a little bit. Simply we're gonna tag the 2 spots over here so it's a little stronger, prime it, and we should be done. Let's get it. Alright, boys. Y'all seen I trimmed this as I marked it with a tape. Now we got a straight line over here. So the radiator should go flush, even. I didn't butcher it. I gave it a shape like it would look OEM. The bottom, y'all see me weld it. I had it hold it with pop rivets. And I simply just tag it on the side a couple times. That's as strong as shit right now. So we primed it. So the rust don't come back and it still look OEM. Prime the spot a little bit. And when we did the bracket removal, it's prime flat black. So this is basically done. We'll give it a few seconds. One thing I did off camera, I cleaned my engine. I noticed on the video how it looked from it been sand here a little bit, was dusty. So I cleaned up everything. One more thing I had to do, I have to end up moving the stabilizer bar, the traction bar, one hole down, pulsing the hole down, in order for the radiator to not hit the the control bar, stabilizer bar, whatever, because it will hit it. Now I got the clearance, so I'm gonna give it a couple seconds, let it dry up. We're gonna throw it right back. I won't be throwing the front bumper on it today because I got some other work I gotta do off camera, maybe for another day. But as far as the bracket relocation from D or B to K is done, this is something that you guys could do, pretty much a DIY for you guys that are going K series. So instead of move 2 brackets, you lift the center one and you're gonna move the outer from that side. We're gonna move on this side. Make sure you line it up where you need it, where it's neat. You could do it with pop rivets, but I suggest you tag it at least a couple times like I did, and it's strong as shit and it's back to OEM. And of course afterwards that you clean it, prime it again so rust don't come back, and yeah, you have clean results. Now it looks good, look money. We'll give it a couple seconds to dry up, come back, throw it in so that we can make the radiator on. I can't wait to see it with the radiator on. Now the engine is all cleaned up, the engine bay, everything's looking clean. Yeah, you can actually see all the detail in the motor. Got K-tune parts, half for motor bones, some skunk, you know, PLM. Yeah. Alright, boys, so I'll see you in a few. Let's get it. Alright, boys, time to test fit the radiator support back, put the radiator itself, and see what we're looking like. Let's get it. Alright, time to test fit the radiator itself. Now that everything has been trimmed, primed, and everything, I still gotta put the radiator fan. So we just literally marking up. I got 2 hoses that I gotta get, but I wanna do the installation of the brackets, which it was everything. The hoses I could put any other day, quick minute. Sort of the bracket, the hose it down. By the way, check out where I got my battery relocated. Been have this for a long time. Figure I'd show you guys. You really never see it. So that's one mod that I did a long time ago. Pretty dope. But yeah. Check out the fitment, boys. We still gotta put the bracket here. But we got enough clearance. I should be able to get a hose down. The one that turns down. Should be able to put my sensor here, no problem. Now I should be able to put my radiator. Should be able to run my intake in a curler line in the future, piping, whatever. But yeah. Finally got a radiator in, boys. Modified to fit it. From D, B setup to K series. Finally, this is how you do when you relocate your brackets. Pretty dope, boys. One step closer. One more thing that I do. Feels dope to come back and pick up on it. Been slacking, kind of holding back, but yeah. Coming back strong, boys. So I hope this tip of relocating the brackets again from D or B setup to K, it helps you out, guys. You don't really have to move the middle bracket, simply the outer to the outer side or the opposite from passenger to driver. Make sure you got it fit right. I kind of got it a little too tight, but it's perfect because it won't even shake. So once I put my fastener bracket here, I'll be good money. But I'm happy, satisfied with the way it looks. Cause simply just put the fan on now and yeah, proceed. And another day, install the front bumper and do whatever modifications I gotta do. With the radiator being here, I gotta go around the drawing board because I won't be able to take out the intake through the B-stack like I have here. So I have to, that's why I took out the bumper, because I might have to close back the bumper plate again or remove it. The easier ways to do it for me right now is just to route the intake piping through here, through the headlight. Until the time being, I thought of just possibly run it back here and bringing it to this side, but I don't know. It's a possibility. I don't know if the whole turning piping is gonna be a straight good thing, or if we just bring it straight here will be the best method. So at this point, I'm on the drawing mat with it, but feels dope, boys. This has been completed, finalized. One more part that we install. The wool bearing is coming strong. It's about 12 and change. Should be sleeping. Got work. I'm putting in the work. All right, boys. We're gonna cut it short here. I'm gonna thanks every single one of you for subscribing, liking, commenting, staying tuned in the channel. Please stay put with this all K24 all motor built, aka the wool bearing. So with that being said, thank you all. Stay tuned, and until next time, peace.